All right, guys, so the first injury report of Week 16 just released, where the Packers are in Green Bay, Monday Night Football versus the New Orleans Saints, including a new quarterback for the Saints, as well as another very important player that is unlikely to play for the Saints this Monday. So we're going to dive down into the initial injury report for both the Packers and the Saints. But before we do so, wanted to remind you guys that you have under 2 weeks left to enter in the Josh Jacobs jersey giveaway. Thank you to Sleep. And right now on Sleeper, with code BASS, B-A-S, new users that make a $5 play will receive $55 in free plays. And making a $5 play with code BASS will also enter you in this jersey giveaway, this Packers Pro Shop Josh Jacobs jersey. The winner will be announced early January, and that jersey will be shipped directly to you. So make sure to go check out Sleeper. The link is down in the description below. Use code BASS at sign up to make your picks. Make a $5 play and receive $55 in free plays. All right, so now back into the video. Let's dive down into the first injury report here in Week 16. Bringing up the screen, we can see that the list is a lot shorter than it's been in weeks past. Only 5 players on this injury report list, which are Jaire Alexander, Corey Ballantyne, Javon Bullard, Luke Musgrave, and Quay Walker. So a ton of players have been completely removed off the Packers injury report, such as Kenny Clark, Edgerrin Cooper, Elton Jenkins, Isaiah McDuffie, Josh Myers, Lucas Van Ness, Rasheed Walker, Romeo Doubs, and Evan Williams. So a lot of players that were on the injury report last week are now off of it. And we also see there's only 2 players on this report that didn't practice today, those being Javon Bullard at safety and Quay Walker at linebacker, kind of signaling that we probably won't see either of these defenders against the Saints Monday night, and hopefully they can eye a return against Minnesota the following week. Javon Bullard, of course, recovering from that ankle injury he suffered versus Detroit, and Quay Walker recovering from his ankle injury that he suffered last week versus Seattle. So unless they miraculously start practicing tomorrow, don't expect them to be available for this game on Monday. But other than that, we have Jaire Alexander, yet again, full participant. I would sit here and say expect him to be available Monday, but it's kind of been this case every single week for the last 3 weeks, where he's gotten a couple of days of full participant, and then we see did not participate on the last day of practice, and he doesn't play. So until he suits up and is playing, I'm not going to make any predictions on Jaire Alexander. If the Packers sit him for this game and get him ready for Minnesota against Justin Jefferson, I could see that being a course of action as well. Let him get to a full 100% to finish out the season, and then, of course, going into playoffs, it probably would be the smart move at this point. Outside of that, we have Corey Ballantyne and Luke Musgrave limited participation. Luke Musgrave has yet to be activated. Maybe we'll see him this Monday for the first time, I think, since week 4, when he had that ankle injury and was placed on IR. Now moving over to the Saints injury report, they're a much more banged up team than the Green Bay Packers right now. Derek Carr is not going to be playing in this game. We see left hand injury, did not participate in today's practice. Another main one here is Alvin Kamara, groin injury, suffered this in the last game. Darren Rizzi at first said it wasn't anything severe. Now it's seeming like that's not the case. He didn't practice today, and a report came out that Spencer Rattler will start at quarterback for the New Orleans Saints on Monday versus the Packers. And meanwhile, running back Alvin Kamara is unlikely to play with a groin injury more severe than initially known. So Alvin Kamara is not officially ruled out like Derek Carr is in this report, but it is very unlikely that he will play, and Kendre Miller will take over the start at running back. Outside of the 2 big ones, obviously Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara, we see Juwan Johnson, their starting tight end, was limited in today's practice. Bub Means, a wide receiver, did not participate with an ankle injury. Kool-Aid McKinstry, shoulder injury, limited. Chris Olave, head injury, limited. So maybe Chris Olave ends up returning, but not likely there. Marcus Valdez-Scantling, chest injury, did not participate. He's been the #1 wide receiver for this offense as of late. And then an illness for defensive end Chase Young didn't practice today either. So the Packers could be playing a very banged up Saints offense this coming Monday, with Spencer Rattler at quarterback, who's 0-4 starting for the Saints, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on his rookie season. And they could also be without their main focal point on offense through all of this, Alvin Kamara, who looks unlikely to play. And on the flip side, the Packers could potentially get Jaire back, but don't hold your breath in that case. Maybe the Packers, like I said earlier, hold them out until next week against Minnesota. Don't expect Quay Walker or Javon Bullard to come back, but maybe for the first time since week 4, we'll see Luke Musgrave. I appreciate you guys coming by to the channel. The Packers will have their final injury report on Saturday. We're used to seeing that on Friday, but of course, the game is a day later, so are the injury reports with all the designations. So be on the lookout for that from this channel as well. Go down and click subscribe if you happen to be a new viewer here and want to stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers. But I appreciate you guys coming by to the video. Reminder to check out Sleeper and get entered in that Josh Jacobs jersey giveaway. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.